Ryan got massive emotional release in 15 minutes of hypnosis because of these three things. Now, breaking this down, Ryan is an ex-Olympian. He's a very determined guy, very loving guy, and he's a deep thinker, right? Joe Rogan, going on all these tangents. If you follow him, he's a bit of a local legend, and you'll have probably seen some of the tangents, some of the weird topics. He's a powerful guy. He just ordered a house over from China and has pretty much assembled some of the bits himself. It came pre-packaged, but he's had to put it on his land. And it's a very interesting case because I work with high achievers, people that are very driven, very determined. He's jacked, he's massive, he's helped hundreds of people in the fitness space. And even as high achievers, as deep thinkers, as people that can set our mind and go after something and get it, sometimes in other areas of our life, things just won't click. No matter how hard we try, things won't fall into place. And this is a bit of what Ryan was going through in terms of relationships, in terms of some stuff within himself. That's what it came down to. All of these external struggles and frustrations, things just not falling into place for him in so many different ways. It feels like you're pushing shit uphill. Life was a bit of an uphill battle in a few too many ways when it just didn't make sense for him to be living like that, right? Knowing how much potential and how much drive he had inside of himself, he reached out to me because things just weren't clicking. And this is what you'll see when there's subconscious misalignment. What the conscious wants and what the subconscious wants are at war with each other. And life gets so much harder because it's not until that these two are aligned that we can actually move forwards effortlessly, rapidly, and unlock so much more of the potential that we've always had within ourselves. So there's 3 stages to stepping into more of you, stepping into more freedom. And the first thing I want to say is that it comes back to your self-worth, because this emotional trauma, the decades worth of neglecting ourselves or not viewing ourselves as pure, as powerful as we truly are, you're born into this world with infinite potential. We're born into this world so beautiful, so pure, so ready to go, yet our surroundings, our peers, our upbringing, other negative people in our life bring us down. Sometimes hurt people hurt people. And this gradual degrading of what we believe we're capable of convinces us that less is possible. But there's so much more that's there if we just weren't holding ourselves back from it. I want you to think of someone in your life who's nowhere near as talented, driven, kind, skillful as you are, but they've achieved more than you have. Or they got the promotion when you should have got it, or everything just seems to work out for them and it can never work out for you. And realize that's because maybe they're a bit dumb. Maybe they're less intelligent than you truly, but that lack of intelligence means that they can't see the reasons why they should be holding themselves back. When you're an overthinker, when you're ADHD, when you think to a deeper level than most people do, you're able to see more reasons than most people do of why you're not achieving, why that next goal is unreachable. But if you couldn't see those reasons, you would go for it. And when you go for it, when you do more, you just find out more. And it's the same way in our relationships. With Ryan, we had to get him to value himself to the point where, oh, this is just my standard. I just move forwards. I just own this. I just am this. It's natural for me to be achieving, loving, and owning this level of positive reality. There's 3 steps: knowing, feeling, and being. You might know that more is capable, more is possible for you, but knowing is conscious. Feeling, that's owning it, that's trusting it, that's starting to get a sense of what is possible for you. We're moving into the subconscious, and then the 3rd step is being. That's actually living in this state. That's just where you effortlessly move towards this. Because you see, the mind always reverts to its minimum. I see meth addicts all the time. coming in one-on-one for me to hypnotize them to get off meth. You can get over your procrastination. You can get over your emotional traumas, because I've seen so many people get off cocaine, alcohol, cigarettes, depression, suicidal depression. You can get over so much so quickly when you clear out the mind. And there's three kinds of addicts. There's those that are dead, there's those that are living on the street, and then there's those that are high functioning. I see business owners that have severe drug addictions. And you see the person on the street, the addict on the street, is on the street because their minimum is that. The person who's dead had a lower minimum and they found out. The person who owns a business has a higher minimum than the person who's out there on the street. The person who's out there on the street but not dead, their minimum is an overdose where they find themselves waking up in hospital and they go, oh shit, I've got to go clean for a bit. The person who is the business owner has the minimum where they forget about their partner one too many times. Someone in their life that they really care about sees them high for the first time, and then they turn things around. They have a higher minimum before they go, oh shit, I need to change something. Everything in your life comes back to the minimum point or the worst point before you say, I need to change. Because you know that you should have changed a long time ago, but while it's a should, it will not happen. It is not until it is a must that our brain will actually allow us to make this change, allow us to release this trauma. And so what we did in Ryan's session was, by getting him to, in the hypnotic state, let go of past experiences, not forget them, but to sever the connection that they still had to him, to stop them from morphing the way he viewed his current self. Because our current self-image can actually be based off the past and based off how we think the past is going to make our future look like. So you're thinking about the next 5 years. What you believe is possible is not what's actually possible. What you believe is going to happen in the next 5 years is based off what has happened in your past. So your future self-image, what you believe is possible, what you get excited about, is coming from all of the stories about yourself that happened in the past. That's why changing your stories changes your results, because it changes what you believe is possible. As soon as you believe that you are worthy, that more is possible, rapidly your life changes, because you're not holding yourself back to these limited stories anymore. As soon as we change the way Ryan viewed himself, we change the results he was able to get, because we released these old stories, decades worth of him not being worthy of the love that he wanted, not being worthy of the life that he wanted to live. Once you remove those bullshit stories that had nothing to do with him in the first place, it was other people's crap that had rubbed off on his life. Soon as you let go of that, it was wild what came into his life. And if you want to see the video, you can see the powerful moments of him releasing this physically. It's coming out and it's manifesting through tears. Tears are stored emotional energy. And when we finally let go of those stories, we let go of all of that pain that was holding him back from freedom, clarity, peace, and happiness. If you want the same for yourself, DM me the word EHR, and I have a very powerful audio. I usually reserve this for my clients right before a session. So if you want to shift states instantly, permanently, and rapidly, DM me the word ERH, Emotional Release Hypnosis. Send that to me and I'll get this audio through to you. Please share this with a friend, share my Instagram with a loved one, subscribe to this channel. If you believe that humans can master their mind, if you believe that this next generation of us are going to take back control of the human nature, our brain does not run us, we run our brain.